Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And the reason I started today's Daily Grape, episode 89, with that intro is because today is the day that I fully retire from online wine video production. I'm not going to totally close the door because that's my DNA, and I could see pulling Mott during the holiday season here at Wine Library and banging one out for surprise and delight. But for all intents and purposes, my friends, our 5.5-year journey comes to an end today, which is extremely difficult. You know, I feel like I just retired from Wine Library TV a couple months ago. Daily Grape has been a tremendous undertaking. Mott, pick up the camera and show Trouty because he deserves so much credit. Just give him a nice little smudge, right? It's like, it can't be natural, right? By the way, Phil, I really need you to get that clip, and I need that loop. Before I go anywhere and thank the Vayner Nation, I want to thank John. John, I really do thank you. You know, I have not worked with somebody, I mean, well, I love Brandon, and AJ's obviously amazing, and my dad was fun, but honestly, you know, working with you has been tremendous. You've been above and beyond what I could have hoped to be a partner in this Daily Grape, and we wouldn't have gotten to 89, let alone 8.9 without you, and your future in the wine business is massively great because your passion for it is huge, and I'm behind you 100%, and I appreciate it, and I'm sorry I'm pulling the rug from underneath you because honestly you deserve better, so thank you. And Mott, it's so awesome to have, you know, we needed Kastner. We should have tricked Kastner, Eric, to be here today. You know, I did the Misty Eye thing with all of you with episode 1000 of Wine Library TV. Unlike then, when I aimed to retire, I am very ready today. As many of you know, I've been on vacation for 3 of the last 4 weeks, the first time I've ever done that professionally. As many of you know, I've lost a dear family member last week, which is why we didn't really have episodes last week, but not because of the vacation and not because of the passing of somebody I loved. I just feel ready. You know, I have a lot of ambition in life, and there's a lot of things I want to accomplish, and I mean, you know, I feel like this is one of those cliche moments when you know you're leaving a chapter that you'll most look back on fondly, and you may, you know, I'm sure some people will like to debate that I'll never achieve anything greater. I highly doubt that, and I just am ready. You know, I'm ready. It's an exhausting adventure to do a daily video every day, no matter where you are, how you are. And I'm aware this wasn't always a Daily Grape, but I tried very hard over the last 5.5 years to educate, excite, bring laughter and happiness to the wine world. We've sat with some of the greats here on the stage, this little stage here. And Wine Library TV and Daily Grape will always hold a substantial part of my heart. I hope when somebody reads my eulogy at my funeral one day, they will mention this part of my career. It's obviously very difficult to tape this on the same day of having this nice episode that aired yesterday with Gary, and it's kind of just, it feels like it makes sense. You know, that's the kind of character that is perfect to be the last guest, because this journey has meant so much to me and has brought so many people into my world. I've engaged and conversated with so many of you, thinking all the way back down to, you know, just the early days of Tony Dunn and you know, and going way back. I mean, when you go back to when Brandon Miller first started watching episode 4, I think, just the Vayniacs and the Vayner Nation and all the wristbands and going on television for the first time together, Wine Daily Video has been a massive part of my heart and soul and my life. It represents 15% of my lifetime. It is something that has been a very big time, right? I see both your heads go up on it. It's intense, right? It's intense to leave this platform. It's scary to leave this platform. Now, for all intents and purposes, I am not in the wine game public facing outside of, you know, really keeping an eye on this family business, the Wine Library. It's just time for me. I'm ready. I'm ready to move on and do different things. There's certain passions that I have that I want to start in 2012. I want to spend the next 4 months spending more time focusing on that part. And that's just it. It's not really complicated. There's no television show coming. We turned all those down. I'm not going on to, it's not about Vayner Media. It's not about me wanting to be a business brand or anything of that nature. I'm an entrepreneur first. You know, I love wine, but I'm an entrepreneur first. I sold lemonade and baseball cards before I fell in love with wine. I'm an entrepreneur first, and the same entrepreneurial itch that I felt to stop sitting, scroll it over there, stop sitting at that desk every day and building my family business, which obviously has enormous emotion for me as well, and sat me in front of this seat to sit with you every single day, is the same passion that I feel right now that I'm ready to do some new things. And so with that, I will go through this Domaine Goron Chinon. I think Chinon is probably the grape, the region. Cabernet Franc is probably, along with Tannat and Petit Verdot, was the grape that I most was excited to get new people into. This Domaine Goron Chinon is a small producer from 2008. It's a $16 bottle of wine. It's a 90-point wine spectator wine made from 35-year-old vines of the Cabernet Franc. I've got the big-ass glass. You know what? Can you give me one of those original wristbands, Trouty, over there? Let me put the wristband on the snippy snip. Thanks, bud. You get some really great raspberry, really interesting dark chocolate, really intense kind of red fruit, and a little bit of black pepper. Let's give it a whirl. Great dry tannins, a little match and chalk explode on the palate with a dry raspberry and crushed up potpourri flavor. Really intense fruit throughout, nice mid palate, connects the two wines, and finishes strong. Let me give it one more shot. Good fruit. Overall, this wine, not perfectly, but in a way just really reminds me of what I started with this mission, which is finding wines like Chinon that are 16 bucks, and at the end of the day, if this was a Napa Valley Cabernet or a Bordeaux from the left bank or some other fancy schmancy place, this would be a $40 to $60 wine based on the quality you taste in this bottle. I may be done doing day-to-day wine videos, but there are thousands of voices, bloggers, and I'm sure other video bloggers that are going to come after me and continue this conversation. It was never in the cards for me to spend my entire career being a wine critic, a wine reviewer. But wine will always be a massive part of my life. It will be a part of my life until the day I take my last breath. I'm sure, listen, will I come out with a wine brand one day? Maybe. I mean, there's just an enormous amount left for me in my life. And just because this chapter's closing doesn't mean the next couple don't open. And I really hope that over the course of the rest of my life, the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands of people that have watched this show over the last 5.5 years stumble across me in a restaurant or at a vineyard or here at the Wine Lib and get to interact and talk about the thing we all collectively have loved. I know this is disappointing for a lot of people. I know some of you just discovered me. I know that for a lot of you, I've been a part of your day-to-day life. Like, literally, you come home and you watch this show. That's a big deal to me. That's something that I take very seriously. And I feel selfish in leaving this journey. I feel like a part of me feels like I'm letting you down. It does. And I hate that. But I've never felt more right to move on and see what else is out there for me. So I really hope you guys continue the journey of trying new stuff. I hope the other 46 continues. I hope you can respect my decision and appreciate where I'm coming from. And I wish you guys nothing but health and happiness. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for following me for the last 5.5 years. It's been a really, really great run. And I hope I see you on the other side of a glass of wine very shortly. Thank you very much. Thank you for always changing the wine world. With or without me, you guys collectively are the ones who are changing it. And I will always be there. I'm around. I'm not going anywhere from the wine world. It's a part of me. It's in my family. But me doing a daily video part is over. And so I thank you with every ounce of my soul for your support. It's meant the world to me. And I'll see you soon. You, with such a smaller part of me than you realize, we have changed the wine world.